What's up, y'all? It's Questionable Reality, and today I got M80 here from Phoenix, Arizona.
Yes, sir.
You feel me? Artist, producer. Yeah, let's get into this shit, bro. Y'all know how it goes in the Lunchbox. We're gonna get into the deep dive of M80. So, how was your childhood like growing up in Phoenix, Arizona? What's Phoenix, Arizona even look like? What the fuck?
Well, it's so there's Phoenix, and then there's like there's Scottsdale, which is where I'm mainly from Scottsdale, but which is like a nice area. Phoenix is like I've lived in both, but Phoenix is like it's got nice parts, and like downtown Phoenix is cool, but like a lot of it's just like it's like deserty, kind of like wastelandy. But like where I'm from, like it's nice. It's just chill.
I'm gonna stop you. Has anybody ever said you look like Sid from Ice Age?
No, I get
This is
I
the
get
first
Shaggy
time you've
a
ever
lot.
heard that?
Oh, I hate that.
Shaggy, no, Shaggy. I can see Shaggy for sure.
I get
We're off
Shaggy all the
kilter
time.
already, y'all. I'm sorry.
I get Shaggy all the time.
Type shit. So,
God.
so Phoenix. So that's the desert. I drove through
Yeah.
Phoenix, Arizona before. Yeah, Phoenix. I have. So I kind of know what it looks like, but it was nighttime when I was driving
Yeah.
through it. So all I saw was like hella highways. And yo, I do remember crazy big ass cactus.
Yeah.
Crazy fucking cactus.
Yeah, we do got crazy cactuses.
So yeah, so what was your childhood like growing up in fucking? So you said Scottsdale
Yeah.
and Phoenix. So what was it like growing up in Arizona? I gotta say that.
It's chill. It's like for most of my childhood, like I was big into sports, so I played baseball, basketball.
When
Also,
did you
like,
start playing baseball? Basketball.
probably like I started playing baseball from like when I was like 4. Like I remember like my dad soon as I could get like a glove on my hand would just like have me like he'd be throwing the ball to me, and then we'd be throwing like at the park, and then he got me in t-ball, and then just like went it from there.
Type shit. So you had both
yeah.
parents growing up inside the crib?
They split up when I was like 4, but like I would go back and forth from their houses, and so like it was like like looking back on it now, like I'm glad with the way like my life unfolded from that happening. Like I got like a sister out of it. Like both my parents are in like happy relationships now. Like I have a great relationship with both of them, so like I have no complaints.
So damn, bro. So you dealt with, I guess, So you dealt with the divorce growing up as well. So shit, bro. Damn, bro was out there in the desert dealing with divorces and shit, bro. In that hot ass heat.
Oh God.
So yeah. So when did all that take place? So you said that you started playing basketball when you were 4, or baseball, baseball when you were 4.
Both of them, yeah. But
so when did the divorce and all that shit take place?
around when I was like 5. So like I don't even really have like too many memories of like my like parents like being together. I remember like we had like a big family trip to Chicago, and like I cracked my head on a toilet.
Oh,
I have
shit.
like a scar under my eye. If you can see like, and then I have another scar on my eye from when I cracked my head like years later, like 5 years ago. So
How did you crack your head on the toilet, bro? Like what the fuck were y'all doing?
I'm running into the bathroom. They're like, "Hey, we're gonna go see your Uncle Alan." I'm like, "Oh, I gotta show him my new Batman toothbrush. He's gonna go crazy for this." I run into the bathroom. I slip on the threshold immediately, like a cartoon with the fucking legs. I'm fucking head down on the toilet, fucking catch like the fucking lip, and literally just split my face open.
Oh my
and then,
gosh!
Like the blood just leaking into the toilet. My mom's like, "Oh my God!" Fucking like my dad goes down and grabs her around the car. My mom was like holding me, and then like I literally felt her. She was holding like a paper towel on my face. I could like feel like because my face was like split. I felt her like finger like slip under like in the opening.
Oh my!
It was fucking
oh
bad.
Oh my God! I just almost pause no
bad.
Diddy, bro. I just almost ate the mic, yo.
It was bad.
Yo, like what the fuck,
it was
bro? That's
crazy.
crazy. Yo, so you said you were fucking 5 when that happened?
I was 4, yeah.
Oh my!
And then I had 6 stitches there.
What the fuck? Oh my God. Bro, I can literally feel that right now.
It was.
Bro, I can just feel like the burn. Oh my God. Bro, because, one time I have a scar right here. Now we're going to get into sharing this scar story.
Oh, yeah.
But no, I have a fucking scar right here, bro. My little brother, we were probably about the same age, like 5, 6. And we took our granddad's golf clubs. He doesn't even fucking golf. Just had a random ass set of golf clubs. Dusty as fuck. Took 2 of the golf clubs out. We're just playing in the yard, hitting the golf clubs around, fucking them up, hitting the ground and shit. And I was standing behind my brother, like not like directly behind the nigga on some fucking tennis coach shit, but I was standing behind him far enough to like, cause these golf clubs are like big as hell. Like we're fucking, like I said, we're 5 years old, so they're damn near taller than us. So when he swung it back, I was like a couple feet behind him, and just the tip of the club fucking smacked the side of my head, bro. Literally split my eye open. I ran inside, bro, just like kind of how you were, bro. Ran inside.
How many stitches?
I don't actually. We did, bro. We were gangsters when we were little, bro. My mom.
Damn.
She didn't take us to the fucking shit to get stitches, bro.
Damn.
If it was serious, she definitely would. she would. Yours looks like it was a fucking crazy gash.
And then the one over too, I had another one where like this was like 5 years ago, and I wasn't supposed to be smoking at the time because I had a little legal thing going on. But when
so you were smoking K2?
No, I was at my friend's house, and then I was like, because I hadn't smoked in a while, so like I hit a joint probably like 3 times, and I was faded. I go inside to go to the bathroom, and like I literally just the world starts spinning. I grab the wall and try to like hold myself up.
Smoking K2. Yeah, like,
I would hope my boy didn't do me like that. If you're watching, I would really hope you didn't do me like that. I like grab the wall and I just like try to hold myself up, and I go flying down on this end table. It was like a metal and wood end table with a sharp corner, and it gets you like right here, and it was like a diamond cut in my face. Like,
bro, what is up with you and just fucking like
those are the only 2 on my face.
Damn, that's deep, bro.
I'm scared of the next one because the first one was under and the next one's over, so I'm scared the next one's gonna be just like in the middle. I'm gonna lose my eye. Like, but
that's what I was thinking. I'm like, you literally have almost lost your eye twice. Like that's fucking insane.
Twice.
So family trip to Chicago, toilet incident. You're 5 years old. So then your family's kind of splits up after that. That's like the last memory that you have.
Yeah, pretty much. And then it's crazy too because I actually have a memory where like I remember standing in the kitchen with them, and like, I remember literally saying to both my parents, I was like, promise you guys will never split up, and that didn't go anywhere. But I'm glad with how my life turned out, though. To be honest, like I wouldn't change anything.
Type shit. So when your family did split up, so were you living with mom or dad? So
I would go back and forth. So I would spend I would come home from school and go to my mom's, and then I would spend the nights at Monday and Tuesdays at my dad's, and then Wednesday and Thursdays at my mom's.
Dad got Mondays and Tuesdays. Yeah. He got the shitty days. Damn, Pops got left with the shitty dookie days.
But then we switch off though for like weekends and stuff. So then
type shit.
Then, so like
that's fire though.
Yeah, and then it worked out. It was good.
Cool. Yeah. So you definitely got to see both. That's cool that you got to see both of them, because growing up, like, I mean, I had a split household as well, but my fucking pops, he dipped out, so I didn't get to see that fool ever. So, yeah, that's dope. You got to have that pops. So what were you doing over your dad's house? What was dad's house vibe like?
It was definitely different because at my dad's house, like, my sister would be there and my stepmom. So like I'd mainly just be like in my room, or like at my mom's house, like, since it would just be me there, like I'd have like my Xbox in like the fucking living room or some shit. I would just be like out, or like at my dad's house, I'd just be in my room, like, quiet, like.
Was your dad strict? Was your dad strict? More strict than your mom?
No, like I would say, so gotta edit this on the fly too.
Your dad, he's just literally reimagined, like he's having like flashbacks of his dad just body slamming. He's like, fuck, bro. He's like, if I say this, am I gonna go home and just get fucking thrashed?
Like, just having fucking flashbacks. No, honestly, my parents are both honestly pretty chill, but
cool.
But like it would be like just because like it was like the whole like dynamic there, like it would be like, and like my sister being younger, it'd be like I couldn't have like I couldn't just be in the living room or just like do whatever like all the time. I'm like, and so I just like.
So what was the age difference? Hold up, because you did say you had a sister, so you being younger. So how?
No, I'm older. So
older.
Yeah.
What was the age difference between?
So my sister's 6 years younger, so she's 17 right now. So
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. So you're damn. So it's like shit. You had a little ass fucking sister growing up.
Yeah.
Word. So how was bro? You was fucking big bro in the crib. You don't have any brothers or anything like that?
Nope.
Shit.
Except for like the ones I've met.
So you were
like my like close friends and stuff like that, but
type shit, and that's through like music, producing, all that.
Yeah, and like my like AZ homies and like all that, and like.
So so growing up, you were like, I guess, the protector to your sister.
Yeah.
You feel me? Cool. That's what's up, bro. I mean, I have a little sister now, but I've moved out like by the time she was like 3 years old. You feel me? I came to LA when I was 19, so I guess I didn't get to feel that, that big brother vibe to my sister. But I grew up with 2 little brothers, you feel me, roughing them up, you feel me, body slamming.
Oh, God.
You know what I'm saying? Beating each other up every day and shit like that. Shout out Deshaun and Junior. But no. So you said you had other friends. So when did you start? Yeah. So what was school like, bro? You're in fucking 8, bro. What was school like for you? You know, were you popular? Were you like nerdy?
No, it was.
Were you getting picked on? Were you beating people up? What was going on?
A combination of all of those, from like elementary school, like
he was fighting. Yo, M80, you were fighting. You were wrecking
until fucking everybody. I stopped growing and everybody got bigger than me. I had to stop. Like
he was a badass. Okay.
Fucking in like elementary school. Like when I first started like yo-yoing and stuff, which was like
yo-yoing.
Yeah, like
yo-yoing.
I'm pretty fucking good. I will say it.
He was a nerd.
I was a huge nerd.
But at the same time, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
No shade to that. No shade to that. Yo-yoing is actually fucking dope as fuck. I'll pop up some videos right here.
Oh, God.
Y'all guys look at that shit and tell me if you could do it.
It's sick.
Tell me if you could do that shit.
I would come out. The dude would. It was so crazy. I met them at like a Chick-fil-A. I just saw them all come in and like they're going like, what the fuck? And like I had my mom go over. I was like in 4th grade. I'm like, can you ask them what that is? And like they said they have like a class every week. And
he said a Chick-fil-A.
This
is funny.
Yeah, because they would after class every week they would come in like they would like eat dinner at different places around. So like I randomly saw them at the Chick-fil-A and then they told me about the class.
Was this like an after school program?
No, this was just like a random. This is like a group. There was this guy, Julius, and he did like he would run these classes and then like I just like ran into them by chance and then like
Julius sounds questionable.
Julius is pretty cool. There's another guy who was more questionable.
He ran a
Gib,
yo-yo.
And I'll tell you this though, we don't
Gib
have to
and
cut
Julius. Oh hell no.
No, Julius is cool,
brother?
but I'll tell you this though, Gib, you can go fuck yourself, Gib. You're a fucking loser.
Wait. Before I tell Gib to go fuck yourself, what did he do?
Gib was like a 45-year-old who would hang out with like middle schoolers and elementary kids yo-yoing, and like he was like,
what the fuck?
He was the original Diddy before. Gib's a fucking weirdo. He'd be like just sitting there like, oh look at my new yo-yo, you wanna check it out, and he'd like make you like. You'd feel like indebted to him, like because you've used his yo-yo. So now, like you're like, oh, I better like I can't let anything happen to this. And he'd be like, you're being rough with my yo-yo. I need that back. It'd be like, he was a fucking weirdo.
Yo,
fucking big fat fuck, stomach hang over the side. I hate you, Gib. I hate you.
This sounds like some Arizona shit, bro.
Arizona shit,
bro. I grew up in Maryland, so like if there's a lot of crazy shit that goes on everywhere, bro. But like. You know, there probably is something going on like that in Maryland. I'm not gonna lie.
Literally. But to say though, because I don't want to get it mixed up with Julius. Julius, great guy, love Julius. Gib, you're a fucking loser.
Man, no, good job for clarifying that.
Yes.
But dude, that's some weird shit. Yeah, Gib.
Julius,
why are you over here hanging out with like find a 45-year-old group? You know what I mean? Actually, you know what? I'm not going to even say that. You know what? I am going to say that.
Find a cliff.
All right, we're not going to say that because that's actually what we're not going to say. Bleep, that's getting bleeped the fuck out. We're bleeping all that out. We're not going to tell anybody to do that here. But yeah, so fucking you're doing yo-yo, you find this yo-yo group.
Yeah, so literally, so I'm fucking yo-yoing and then like I start like.
So what are you and your friends doing besides yo-yoing?
I don't have friends at the time, so my friends are the yo-yo people. So
okay, so that damn okay.
Yeah, so like
that just gave me some insight.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't like. I would like all my friends would be like, because I would be quiet at school, so like all my friends would either be like a few kids from the neighborhood, like people from baseball, or like I never really had the feeling of like honestly like really like friends until like high school. But so like the people from like yo-yo were like but like they were also like older than me, so like it never really felt like not like weird, but just like I never like totally felt like I like belonged with like a group or whatever till like I met like or became like close with like my high school friends. But yeah, like yo-yo was cool.
So
though,
so why is that though, bro? Like what do you have like anxiety and stuff like that?
I mean, yeah, I've been like I definitely get like very anxious. I would say like I definitely like have anxiety, but and like I don't know, like younger I would just be like mad at myself for like a bunch of shit. I would like have all these like self-doubt, like self-hate thoughts, which like I still deal with, but I've gotten a lot better at like where I can like shut it off and be like, no, you're actually like doing like a lot of cool stuff and like you're actually
I just was about to say I wanted to intervene, bro. Like you're a cool dude, bro. You feel me? Like
I'm able to now, but like back in the day, when I didn't have anything going on, it was hard to not be like, hey, like the first thought enters, you're a fucking loser. You're like, oh fuck, you're right, and then
because you probably heard that before in your life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that shit. You know those are whoever said that to you is on some other shit, bro.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? I've heard your work. You know, I've seen what you do in the studio.
Appreciate it.
You definitely have a lot of talent. So you know what I'm saying? Hold that always, bro. But yeah, so you're growing up motherfucking no friends until high school though.
Yeah.
So that's the case. But
yeah, but like I would have like my friends like baseball where like we'd like play Xbox and, like, but like I didn't have like a group where like it was like oh we're getting together every day after like middle school and we're like and like it was like it was just like it was like random like friends here and there's like it wasn't like no friends, but it was like minimal friends.
I feel it. Nah, and thank you for clarifying that again. But I definitely feel it. And it's like, I can kind of see that now, like, as you're sitting across from me. It's like, you got a lot to say, you feel me?
Oh, God.
It's like,
oh, God.
Bro,
Probably some people are just like, get this shit, shut up. But
nah, in a good way, bro. You feel me? I mean, this is a podcast, too, so that's also, you feel me, good that you like to talk. So, so you get into high school, though, so you start meeting your actual friends. So let's get into that. So once you start meeting your real friends, you know, your day-to-day friends, so what were you guys doing hanging out? What was your routine?
So so like freshman year, even again, still freshman year, like I didn't even become like the people I would be like friends with. I would sit like lunch table with them, but like we wouldn't hang out after school. I would literally just like eat lunch with them and go home.
Did you smoke weed or anything in high school?
Not until like junior year, and then like, but we already had like our like friend group established, so it was like at that point like sophomore year. So my like I don't want to like mention a bunch of like my friend Tracy's like names because I don't know like they're not like public.
You can kind of like use like a sidebar name like Bob or Emily or Jessica. Or
so like one of my friends who like I've known since like first grade.
And this is all what's the word I'm looking for? It's all
in GTA or
no. This my guy said in GTA. This is all CGI. This is all theoretical. That's the word I'm looking for. Theoretical.
Yes.
But yeah, theoretically, what happened?
But yes.
He said this is in GTA.
I've heard that used on the podcast.
And guys, if you see me looking over here in the corner, we got Lucky hanging out on the couch. Just
like,
FYI. But yeah, go ahead. So
one of my friends who I've known since like first grade,
guys, we can start smoking now. I'm gonna hit the ball.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, I know you got your dab situation set up.
That in a minute, yes sir. But yeah, like one of my friends who I've known since like first grade, like we went.
Actually, yeah, since we can smoke now, let's get into the first time you smoking weed.
All right. That's a good story. So we are okay. Well, so there's the first time I smoked weed, and the first time I was like actually high, which are two very different stories. The first time
Let's
I
get
smoked,
into both of those.
The first time I smoked, it was fucking shit. My friend Alex was like, "Yo, our friend, he was more his friend than my friend. This guy was kind of weird. Will, not Alex. That Will was the weirdo.
I actually have a weird story with the. I can't really give these guys names out, but there's a weird ass. There's a weird ass story on the motherfucking name. You know what I'm saying? We'll get into that in the future story times. But actually, I think I gotta change that name. Like one of my cause I grew up watching this podcast. Or Dope as Yola. You feel me?
Oh yeah, I love that dude.
Yeah, I'm 22. You feel me? So yeah. I just turned 22 fucking last September. So damn, time is flying, bro.
Oh my God, it really is.
But yeah, I started watching this fool when he first was dropping podcasts and shit. So
I remember I would be in high school watching his videos, like when I would be trying to learn how to roll blunts.
Literally, you know what I'm saying? So well, good job. You influenced the youth. I'm joking. I'm not gonna put that on him. That was definitely me and the internet being so readily available.
Also, another Goblin, huge.
Oh yeah, shout out. But no. To get back onto the main thing, the story time though. I don't know if I have to change that name because he does kind of like stamp that. That's like his shit. But I don't know like if that's like a universal thing that people are allowed to use or not. But I do know you got it first, bro. Dope as Yellow. But we got another story situation, whatever the fuck, coming up soon.
So the first time I actually smoked was like pretty trash. Like I meet up with my friend Alex and then this dude Will at the park. And like he has like this like early like wax pen. It was called. I remember the name.
The Yocan.
No, it was called a Shatter Sticks.
Okay.
With an X for the.
I was very wrong.
It literally looked like you like put like fucking like wax like shatter in a cart and like and like you hit it, nothing fucking happens. And then we're also hitting a fucking vape. So I thought like I was like getting high. I was like horribly Nick sick. I'm like, this sucks, dude. This is what people want. I'm like, I didn't realize. And then he has this like horribly rolled fucking joint. He's trying to
wait. You were smoking wax the first time you were smoking?
It was like that's what he had.
You were in high school. Okay, never mind. You made it all the way to high school the first time smoking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then he's like, all right, well, I don't know if the card is hitting, so I have this joint. It's like this like shitty rolled joint that he's trying to light with like a barbecue lighter. I'm like, this isn't how it's supposed to be. I think
this dude thinks it's like in a movie or something.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, what? Something's not right here. And then like I'm hitting the vape a bunch, and then like I'm on my way home and I get Nick sick. I'm like, bro, what the hell? This is horrible. And like I'm like feeling nauseous at the car, and then like I get home and I realize like no, that's. Like people were like, no, you were Nick sick. And then the first time like I actually got high though was like a week later. And then our friends pulled up. They had like pens. And then it was insane. We were at like 3 different locations. Like it felt like a dream the whole time. We were at a store one time. Like at one part of it, just like I don't even know if we paid for the snacks we were holding, but I hope so. I remember like my friend took over. He's like, all right, I'm gonna just be like chauffeur you tonight. Like just take over music. Like it was so fun. I was literally just like a fucking kid basically in the front, like ooh, fucking playing whatever song. Like music sounds completely different. Like it was insane. I was laying on the ground at the park by the swings.
I just hit the fattest bong pack.
I'm about to get to this in a second. We were listening to Ice Tray by Quavo. I'm literally laying on the ground.
Ice Tray the gang.
I'm singing along. I think I'm in my fucking bed at home. I literally, like, when I realize I'm at the park, I'm, like, touching the ground. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? I start freaking out. I'm like, and I start screaming. I'm like, because I'm at the fucking park. And I'm like, looking at my friends, like, what the fuck are you guys doing here? They're like,
oh, my God.
What do you mean?
You're one of them guys.
Literally,
Here, get a little bit close to the mic. My bad.
But yeah,
We just did the same shit, bro. I'm faded as hell.
I was freaking the fuck out. And then I'm like, oh wait, no, this is pretty cool. And then from there it was a slippery slope.
It was scary from there?
No, it was like I was like, well, yeah, honestly, for the first like year of like smoking, like I would be like I'd have fun, but then like every now and then I'd be like I'd have like a really bad experience. I'm like, oh, this sucks. Like, but then I just kind of like I don't know if like overcame is the word, but I was just like, oh, this doesn't.
Bro was over there astro projecting in the park, bro.
It was
crazy.
In there just it was insane. I've never experienced something like that. It was insane.
No, that's hilarious, bro. I have one story kind of like that, but I definitely didn't freak out or anything like that. But me and my homie, I'm gonna give him a different name just for confidentiality purposes. But we're gonna call him Bob. Call him Bob. Fuck it. We're such a generic name, but me and Bob were at the movies, bro. And like I said, we live in Maryland, so the movie theater, everything has woods around it. You feel me? So the movie theater has a wood lining. You feel me? So we pull up, or we get dropped off by our parents, or his mom drops us off. You feel me? And we got some weed. We got a blunt wrap. And our plan is we're finna go smoke some weed and just go watch. We're in fucking middle school, I think. Like literally in middle school, bro. We used to be first time I smoked weed was in 6th grade. So get back to the story. Fucking middle school, parents drop us off. We roll up this blunt in the woods of the fucking movie theater, bro. We walk into the woods looking like a bunch of fucking weird ass kids. Roll up this big ass blunt. We smoke it. I go into the movie theater, bro. Oh, bro. Earlier I made a joke that I said I never watched Star Wars. We literally went to go see Star Wars. I swear to God, bro. I swear to you, bro. We go to see Star Wars and not 5 minutes of it starts playing. I crash out, bro. Crash out. Me and my homie, bro, pass the fuck out. To the point where the movie ends, the lady's poking us with a fucking stick trying to wake us up, bro. On God, bro. The whole theater's cleared out. The lights are on and shit, bro. There's other people sweeping up popcorn and shit, bro. I'm just gone.
I got movie theater stories. If we want to go movie theater story, I got a bad one.
But just to stay on topic of the podcast and everything, we're gonna get to the next subject, just so these people aren't drowned out with fucking weed stories. But so, when did you start making music? So we got into the life shit. We got into the funny, crazy stories. You feel me? When did you start fucking making music?
So I started in I'd say freshman year of college. I think I like downloaded the Trial of Ableton and like I used that for like I think like 7 months. I think, and then like I wasn't able to like really like save any of my beats. I was literally just like trying to use that. I was like watching like Kenny Beats the Cave where I like got inspired. Shout out Kenny Beats, where like I was like inspired to like start doing it, and I would literally just watch see how he would do it on the Cave, and I'd be like, all right, like kind of like copy what he was doing at first, and then like get the hang of it, and then start doing my own shit.
That's smart, bro. Literally, because there's like I feel like a lot of people are talking about this now, but it's a 3% rule. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see somebody do something and you like what they're doing. It's, bro, everything is built off of something. You know what I mean? So it's like, this whole copying idea, like somebody can say I'm copying for doing a podcast. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, there's a million, you know what I mean?
Literally.
Like, what the fuck? So what I'm getting at is like, if you like Kenny Beats and you like what he's doing and you like what he's producing, you know what I'm saying? Make your own swag in that way. Do it 3% better. You know what I'm saying? And you got something. You know what I mean? You got an actual product.
Yeah.
But continue, So Kenny Beats, you're watching him?
So then... And so like I was just like learning how to make beats and stuff, and then I met like another one of my friends next year in college, and I would like make beats for him, and then he like started learning how to like mix vocals and stuff, which like I didn't know anything about at the time, and like seemed like very like overwhelming. So I was still just making beats. I was very overwhelmed by it at first, so I didn't like even want to touch any of that. But he was already learning, so he would. So
you took more of the producer path. Yeah. He took more of the engineering path, if I'm saying that correctly.
Yeah, but like now like I've learned like a bunch about like mixing. Like now like I've become like very like mixing oriented as well. But like
nice.
But back then I couldn't. And
you're good. I'm just fixing this shit.
And like we'd be in his closet with the cable running in. It's hard to not say.
Y'all in the I swear
tweaking now.
So y'all were in the closet.
We're in the. No Diddy, no homo.
Y'all was on that motherfucker. All right, yeah, go ahead, bro. Nah, cause you just said you done farted with bro in the damn hood up, bro.
Oh,
Shout
God.
out, hey, y'all know Sage Flames,
Shout out
bro.
Sage and Luna.
Bro said he was recording with Sage, bro, and he had farted in the closet, bro. Like, I don't know what's up with y'all. Y'all could just grab one of these recording booths. You know what I mean? The motherfucking.
But then it's nice too, cause you're in the closet and you're looking at your clothes and you're like, it's inspiring sometimes. You're like, there's the nice jacket. There's my pants.
I guess. I mean, I feel it. I really don't feel it because I don't record music. I got that there for the other artists that come through and shit. But, yeah, no, bro. So yeah, you're in the.
Yeah, so we're in like all different kinds of setups and shit.
That was such a tangent.
On God, we're on like all different kinds of setups. And then basically, I can't tell that whole story, but
yeah, we don't gotta get too crazy.
But
since y'all was in the closet and shit like that, you feel me? He says he can't go too deep into the story. Type shit.
Oh my God. I'm gonna need Diddy's lawyer to get. I'm gonna need to get in contact with Diddy's lawyer.
Yeah, get in contact with Diddy's lawyer. ASA fucking piece. I'm
gonna start getting that going. But yeah, so then junior year comes around and I meet this guy. He's like throwing parties and stuff, party promoting, and my roommate.
You met Gib again, 15. I'm really fucking around in this podcast. I'm sorry. Go ahead, continue.
I hate Gib. And then yeah, so we meet this dude who also records, and he invites me to the studio, and this is when I start really like learning how to mix more. And I was making beats for him at the time still, but really learning how to mix. And I learned from the head engineer there. I'd really pay attention to like the stuff he would be telling me. And then whole bunch of stuff happened in that situation, which we'll just skip over. Maybe in the future we'll talk about it. But
can we get into anything in that situation, bro? Or is it way too crazy to
people died?
Oh my God, yo. Okay, never mind. We'll leave that out.
But yeah.
You just see indictments after this jump. Should I cut that out or no?
No, we can leave that in. But adds to the lore. But
dun dun dun.
Who did it?
So yeah, bro. So you're producing. Yeah. So I know you rap too, bro.
We can say a little bit about that. So yeah. So then when I meet this guy who I start going to the studio with him, and then I'm producing for him. I start learning how to mix, and then he's also like really like nudging me to start recording on my own beats too. He's like, you already come up with like clever like witty bars. Just start learn how to record.
You're witty, mate. You're witty.
He's like, just learn how to do it. And then after I started doing it, I saw I got myself a little bit better. I realized if I just keep putting the time on it, that I would just keep getting better. So it was like addicting, and I couldn't stop. So.
Definitely no, that 10,000 hour rule applies to everything, bro. You put your time and energy into something, you're gonna see return from it, especially if you're actually, putting forth your best foot every single day doing it.
Facts. I try to not like sit down as if it was a video game. Like I'm just, I'm fucking around now. I sit down, like, no, I'm being deliberate about what I'm doing. Like this is really, I'm taking every time I sit down to record or make a beat or anything serious, not just, I'm gonna do this in passing or whatever. Like I make sure each time is meaningful, and at least even if it's something that I'll never release, like I'm learning. I keep that fucking like.
That's cool, bro. He's over here because we paused for a quick second, and he's like, bro, why do I keep saying like, bro? If you're self-conscious about it, you're gonna just keep saying it. Trust me.
Maybe in the next one it will.
But
this fucking guy. But yeah. Wait, what were we just talking about? We were talking about.
Honestly, I have a new question for you. So now that we got into the producing, the rapping, and all that stuff. Actually, yeah, we were on the rapping side. Is there anything else you want to bring up?
So that was basically, so then I get to the studio, and it was a weird arrangement at the time where basically he was getting free studio time, and I was interning for him, so I would get free studio time as well. So I would just show up basically whenever I wanted to record. It was
that's so lit, bro.
Yeah, it was like a month after starting really taking recording serious, so like it was such an insane feeling. I'm like, wow, I just started doing this, and now I can just pull up at the studio whenever and record. It was pretty wild. But
I kind of have there's a similar story to that, like in my situation, because when I started, because I already told the story of why I picked up the camera and how I got into that shit. But when I really started like taking it seriously, kind of how you're saying, my mom, she was working. Honestly, I might cut that part out just because there was a lot of production companies that worked with her company as well. So I literally locked in as soon as I started taking it serious. Like 3 months after I really started like shooting music videos down in Maryland, because I had friends that were making music over there. I started working like full time for this production company in Washington D.C. and there was like $1 million worth of equipment, and I was like hand in hand with the owner. Rest in peace, T. Like he really believed in everything that I do. I believe in everything that I do, but like this was one of my mentors. Growing up, I used to work with him, ever since I was like 8 years old. But once I started taking it seriously, that's when I really started working with this company, going to events, getting paid like on payroll. But yeah, bro, just great dude. Literally a humongous production studio, green screens. Like I said, like, bro, crazy shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he passed away, so a lot of that shit was liquidated. You know what I mean, in the process. So yeah, you know what I mean. But yeah, continue on your story. That was a little sidebar right there, a little side wrench.
But yeah, it's basically that. And then I'd be able to go to the studio whenever, and then I met a bunch of people there. I met the person there who I'm also not on good terms with at the moment, but through him,
not on good terms. What the
definitely
heck? Not on good terms, bro. What's going on?
No.
You got smoke? You got beef, bro?
Yes, with the highest def.
You're beefing with highest def?
Yeah, just a bitch.
Damn.
But I do have to say, because if I didn't, he is kind of why I get to know all my like LA bros, because I came out to the first show with him, and then
what's the beef about? Maybe we could squash it
no,
over the podcast.
it's unsquashable.
What's the why? Come on, bro.
He owes me like $400, and then I text him. I'm like, yo, when I see you're riding around and fucking you're renting Teslas and touring the country, like you're on your feet again somewhat, can you pay me back anything? He's like, oh, fuck you, like I see how this is. I'm like, bro, what? Like that's insane. And then we went at it, and then
damn, that's kind of that's a little janky.
Yeah, and then
I mean, I don't even actually. I'm gonna leave my terms out of it because I don't know anything about the situation except from what you're saying.
Yeah, and then he got mad at me because I texted a girl he used to be involved with asking about, started getting intel on him, and he was upset about that. So I took it diabolical.
You was pillow talking, bro.
No. I started texting her. I'm like, yo, have you heard from HD? And because I'm trying to get a hold of him, he's like not answering me now.
Type shit. You was trying to retrieve your bread.
Yeah.
M80 was on a run. Okay.
Yeah. And then
he said he was hitting up everybody.
So she texts him, and she's like, oh, 80's looking for you. And then so he texts me, he's like, don't you ever fucking start texting bitches I'm involved, whatever. I'm like, bro, shut the fuck up. And then I'm like, by the way, she's telling me how you like put her in $20,000 debt in her apartment and all the like, her damaging it. Like, you fucking cocksucker. You suck. But yeah, that was. I know my friends in AZ who know about the story are loving this right now. Absolutely loving this right now. But yeah.
All right, y'all, we're back in this motherfucker. We had a little bit of a technical difficulty. We got into the music. We got into the producing. We got into a little bit of the engineering. So
yes, sir.
I do want to hear a crazy story from Phoenix, Arizona.
This was more Tempe. This was senior year.
You were ready. Holy shit!
Yeah.
What the fuck? That was.
No, I prepared this one when.
Okay.
This is part of the story I can't tell, but if I just tell this part and don't say names, then it's okay. Because this doesn't have the build up and all this extra stuff. But so we're in the apartment, me, the two dudes. To paint the scene, there are these two bloods from Michigan who were just like it. I don't know how. Hold on, I do know how. I can't say it, but
here, talking to the mic. Talk to the mic.
But yeah, so
and remember, this is all allegedly,
and I actually don't know anything of what I just said, but
it's all alleged. It's CGI, AI, and whatnot.
All of it.
Speaking of that, I got something loaded up over here too.
But
actually, I gotta wait till you're done, then I can hit mine. Because I'm gonna do the zoom effect, so YouTube doesn't deny us rights to be viewed.
Facts. But yeah, so we're sitting in my apartment, and tension started flaring, and
with the bloods from Michigan.
Yeah, with the two of them start going at each other, and for like my whole time, like really starting.
And wait,
recording,
where is this at? This is in
my
Phoenix?
no. This is in Tempe. This is my apartment.
Where's Tempe at? Where the hell is Tempe?
So
for the people that don't know, because I don't.
Okay,
know.
so there's like if you like picture like a line, so like Phoenix is like here, and then because like
is it in Arizona?
Yeah.
Okay.
So my mom's house is like 20 minutes like in between the middle of both these places, and then it's like.
I wish I had a 3D animator just so we could just draw everything that this fool is saying.
Tempe's probably like 40 minutes from Phoenix. My mom's house is like.
We have AI now.
Actually, can we block out every part I mentioned my mom's house just so? Is that possible in the?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we can.
But yeah. So the place that I grew up is in the middle, and then Tempe's like 40 minutes from Phoenix, but
that literally would have answered the question so easily.
Yeah,
Tempe is 40 minutes from Phoenix.
I'm retarded. I'm retarded sometimes.
Don't say that about yourself. But go ahead.
But yeah, so we're in Tempe, and the tensions start flaring, and when I'm sitting on the couch and like words start getting exchanged, I'm like, all right, I know what's gonna happen. It's only a matter of time before somebody starts like punching or something. Also, one of them, like earlier on in the night, like we were just messing around. He's like, here, hold this, and like I was holding his gun in my bag that I had with me. So like at one point, he's like, yo, why don't you just shoot me? And he's like, I couldn't if I wanted to, because he's holding my gun. I'm like, what is happening? But so yeah, so like I'm like, I know nothing like is gonna happen like that, but like they're gonna start punching each other at some point.
Yeah.
I'm sitting on the couch. I have a fucking bong on the corner of the end table.
Yeah.
And then like they're like pushing, come over the side corner.
So what were they arguing about?
It was like some dumb shit with like these girls that they invited over, and then like one of the girls
it's
didn't want
always
to.
the damn
It always
bitches,
is.
man.
And one of the girls didn't want to fucking like pay for a bottle of wine or whatever, and then like oh,
So
let
the
it
Bloods
go.
was arguing over the bottle of
Well,
wine?
it became more like because then the girls leave, and then they're like. Then that was like start of the argument. They had already
or
like,
was it
issues.
the Bloods arguing against
No,
somebody else?
No, so it was like it's hard because I can't say names, but so one of them was like upset with the girls because like they were trying to leave and like not pay for the bottle of wine or whatever, and the other one was like trying to get with one of the girls, so he's like, yo, like let it be whatever, because like, and then I'm just saying like, how about we all just let this be and make some fucking music, let the girls go home. Fucking the whole point of us even hanging out and like doing all this tonight is to fucking make music.
Okay.
But so then one of them goes upstairs.
He's like, I just want to have a good time.
Literally,
man.
bro. And then it's always fucking. Someone's like, hey, let's introduce some bitches. That'll be fun. And it's always fucking a disaster. Fucking, especially if you have a plan. Like if it's like, oh, we're gonna go have it fun. Okay, sure. But if you're like, oh, we're gonna like get some work done tonight, and then invite some bitches.
I mean, it's like the same thing applies. It's like, we're having fun. Like this
Facts.
is, the podcast and shit. This is a hobby,
Facts.
until it does start making some money. But
Yeah.
it's a hobby. So we're having fun. We're smoking on the podcast.
Facts.
We're laughing. There could be girls here, whatever the case may be. But if this was like an actual work setting, like me editing the podcast, like. Dude, I can't just sit there and just smoke a whole shit ton of weed. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, actually, I can do that editing the podcast. But if I had females, if I had my friends over,
Right.
I would be so distracted. You know what I mean? So it's like same thing applies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel you definitely getting work
and
done.
that's something that I remember Kenny Beats would say a lot about. Is like you gotta sometimes limit yourself from like people. Like you gotta be secluded to get stuff done. And
For
like,
sure,
yeah.
most definitely. You do got to be by yourself to get
Yeah.
like the best product put out.
Yeah. But yeah.
In most cases.
Yeah. And obviously you got to work with people sometimes and teamwork, but it's a balance.
So yeah,
But-
bros. So yeah, did they end up?
So yeah, so I had like it was a townhouse, so there were 2 floors. So the bigger one is going up the stairs, and like he was significantly bigger. He was trying out for let me not give information, but he plays football.
Okay.
Football sized person, large.
Large.
And then so he goes up the stairs, and the other dude's talking about like, oh yeah, you should have fucking been dead, fucking like, and then starts saying like, you already threatened to kill so and so, you threatened to kill so and so. I don't know any of this because I'm like, wait a minute, you like, you don't tell me that like I've been hanging out with bro for like a while, and like he's been threatening to kill people in the like your friends in the past. Like I'd be something that'd be nice to know.
Yeah.
But he comes downstairs. Oh, I don't like they're saying that about me. And then this is before like what they follow the table. So this is like how it starts basically. And then so
Holy
like
shit.
it's like the girls like start like it was
They're
it
just
was like the
shuffling out.
Matchbox for like it was like the match for like they had the 2 dudes had already issues that were just waiting. Like this is just the thing to set them off.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's been set off now. So I'm sitting there on my couch, and then
He has the bong in hand, waiting to hit it.
literally like
He has
stay
like,
back.
somebody else's Glock in the left, bong in the right. He's like, I'm ready to
Literally.
go.
No, it was actually I forgot exactly what it was, but I remember looking it up, and I was like, it was a pretty shitty gun. So I'm like, well, this is because
He
what
said it
happened
was a
later on.
shitty
I'm like, damn it, this won't even. I can't even trust this to defend myself. I might as well just throw this. But
no, it was funny, bro. He looked it up.
I'm kind of like, what is this good? And people are like, shitty gun. I'm like, but yeah, so I'm sitting on the couch. They go over the corner, fucking mini bong breaks. I'm like, guys, we're all supposed to be family here. What is the deal? Can we not be fighting? And for the smaller dude, he's like, no, it can't be. Like, fuck him. Like, I'm like, all right. Like, I'm already starting to realize like this is over. But like, still, this whole event is not over though. They're fighting, and this is very much happening.
So, and yeah, your bong is broke too. Now.
Yeah, mini bong, nice fucking $25 mini bong shattered over the side. They both stand up. I forget because in like the haziness, whatever, I forget who's standing where, but like one of them standing, so like you'd walk in the door and there's a little hallway, then it opens up into a living room.
Yeah.
And so one of them standing by like before you walk in the hallway, like the opening to the hallway, and then the other one's walking towards them. And I know like as soon as they get close to each other, they're gonna start fighting again. I see it as like a video game, like a quick time event happening. I'm like, it's literally about to happen, and they get close to each other, and like cartoon characters. I keep moving away from the mic, my bad. Like cartoon characters, they're like bouncing off the walls of the hallway, fucking punching each other, taking swings at each other, and then they get to where it opens up a little bit more towards the door. Yeah. And I have a skateboard in the thing, like in the side there. One of them slips, skateboard goes up, they fall on the ground. Dude is like on the ground. The bigger dude's holding him down. He's like, "You good? You good?" He's like, "Yeah." He gets off him. Bigger dude standing by the door. Short dude fucking pushes him. Fucking like 4 times off the wall. Bigger dude has had it. Picks him up, throws him on the ground, kicks him in the head a couple times.
Whoa.
Fucking blood is leaking from his head. Throws the door open, is gone. And then I just see like this should be where I stop giving details.
Damn, twin, that's crazy. That's actually very crazy.
It was insane. It was like this was like. The girls probably came over around 12 a.m. This all starts.
See where you guys drink. Yeah, you guys are drinking too. See, guys, this is not a good mixture.
It wasn't because it like alcohol was definitely involved, but it wasn't like where everyone's like blackout drunk. It was like I feel like this would have happened anyway. I feel like
like you said, it was just waiting to happen.
It was just waiting to happen. But
so damn, bro, you were in a that's a funny situation.
It was crazy. It was crazy. And then what followed after that, which I wish I could talk about, but I can't. Then it got quite scary. But
damn,
yeah,
we'll just leave it. We'll leave it at that.
We're alive. We are alive.
Well, thank God that M80 made it through the struggle. You feel me? So yeah, I feel like we got into like a good little quick deep dive there. We're definitely gonna have you back on the podcast.
Would absolutely love to.
Should we rip you want to rip another dab before?
Why don't we? Is there anything we talked about in the last? Do we have any time left?
Yeah, no, for sure. Shout out anything that you got upcoming. We're about to chat for like another 5 more minutes. What's up with this shit?
Oh,
bro?
this is fucking lit. I take this everywhere. This is the fucking little Puffco proxy, the bigger one, which is the one that like my friend would always bring around.
The Puffco proxy. Hold it up so the people.
Yeah,
can
it
see.
Looks like a little like old man's pipe. It's absolutely brilliant.
The Puffco proxy.
Yeah.
So explain it for the people. What is a Puffco proxy?
You just load dabs in it, and then it fucking heats up, and then you spin that thing around, and then you get nice glorious dab in like.
It just vibrated.
Seconds.
FYI.
Yep. So we're ready to go. But.
Nah, that thing's pretty dope, bro. So if you guys know what a Puffco is, that's basically just a Puffco,
please
but a little.
Me. Please, I would love to work with you guys. I'm a huge fan of your product.
Definitely. This is M80 right here. He's toting this thing around every single time I see him.
Yes, sir. So literally everywhere. I'm always talking about how great you guys are to everybody. Lots of free marketing.
But yeah, guys, it's a little handheld Puffco, basically. Super cool.
Yes, sir. But yeah, upcoming projects. I'm working on a lot simultaneously. So I'm working on 80 and Friends, which is a
little smaller handheld Puffco.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Had to clarify that because a Puffco is handheld.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And this one, like you can fucking fit this anywhere.
This is like just a smaller handheld Puffco.
Yeah. But yeah, so projects upcoming. I'm working on 80 and Friends, which is like a big collaborative tape with all of my homies I've met like in music, and even a few of my homies from AZ who like, I had already known AZ, and then we started making music together. But so I'm really excited about that because you can see like each song is like a memory basically for me. I'm like, oh, I remember making that with bro, and like probably I don't think there's one song in there that's made in the same place. Like they're literally just it's so cool.
That's super dope, bro.
And then I'm doing like a remix tape, which is basically like the Lil Wayne dedication style type shit, which any beat that I like, and I'm like, I want to do my own version, go crazy on it. So I'm working on that. Collab tapes with both Luna and Sage.
Pop that up.
Collab tape with Lucky. Fucking working on that too. Him producing it. Working on.
Actually, wait, we can't pop this up because you're working on it right now.
Yeah, but
coming soon.
The 80 and Friends will be out very soon. And then fucking I have the Kill 80 Side B, which will probably I want to do that on my birthday, but that's in like a month, so that's probably pushed back.
Side A is already out.
Side A is already out and doing well, already at 2,000 streams. Please check that out. I'm very proud of it.
We'll pop that up right here.
Yes,
Side A is already
that
out.
we can pop out. There's 5 beats I made on there as well. I'm very it's probably my best body of work right now. I'm extremely proud of it. Also, Schleen Sargent EP is on SoundCloud.
Schleen?
Yep, it's the mushroom syrup.
Okay.
The Schleen Sargent EP is out on SoundCloud. Oh, next time we got to tell some Schleen stories. I'm on here.
Schleen stories. Should we get into a Schleen story?
We should. We got to get Luna on here to tell some Schleen stories too. But
we'll bring you and Luna back on here, and we'll do a Schleen story.
On God. But yeah, Schleen Sargent EP is out now. And then like I have like a bunch of other like because I have a huge backlog song I'm trying to get out from last year.
And
so,
then
like,
we'll post his SoundCloud up, and you guys go pop up. But click all those songs. You feel me?
Check them out.
Click.
And like I got like hella different like styles and all different because I wanted to always be able to any style of music I listen to. I wanted to like have music in that genre. So like whether it's like rock or like different kinds of rap. So I feel like there's something for anybody to enjoy.
That's super
click
dope,
around
bro.
a little bit. But yeah, on the Kill 80 Side 80, there's 5 beats on there that I produced. So it's 15 songs, but 5 of them I made, and then the rest were sent to me. So I'm very proud of it. So
Dope.
check it out. Give me feedback. Tell me if they suck or if they're good.
Dopeness. Well, you guys fucking know how it goes, bro. We got M80's app popped up right here.
Yes, sir. M80X for everybody. The X is like silent at this point, but if you're typing it in, you won't. You will find me at this point without the X, but you should put the X in anyway. But.
And then what's your wait, and then we just for the end of the pod. So what's the quote unquote what are you changing your name to? 20? Or we're not gonna say officially changing it, but what you know?
I've toyed around with the
I just had the craziest stutter right there.
You know what I was thinking is it could be kind of like how Eminem. There's Eminem and Slim Shady. There could be like M80X and Guap Tua.
Guap Tua.
Just something I was thinking about.
What do you guys think of Guap
Just something.
Guap Tua.
I also heard Hawk Tua is recently single. So last time I was on here, I shouted out a notable blonde lady. So we'll see if this goes anywhere. Probably not. But
Hawk Tua.
Guap Tua. We'll see if that takes off. I will definitely make a Guap Tua song for sure. That's gonna happen. But well, if I start doing alternate identity music under Guap Tua, you know it's me.
Okay, this is an Easter egg, bro. Y'all are hearing it here first on that early life.
Lucky's over here already talking about how he's gonna have to cut ties with me and never associate with me again. Lucky told me, I previewed this in the studio with Lucky. I said, Lucky, what do you think if I change my name to Guap Tua? And Lucky said, I would have to not associate with you. I can't shout you out. What am I gonna do?
Shout out Guap Tua.
Like, no, you can't do that. That's ridiculous.
I actually kind of.
But then I get here.
I kind of dig it. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
I tell Trey, and Trey, I see a look in his eyes was like, well, that's something. And
because, bro, you know, you hear Guap Tua, you know, it's like a hook, you know, it's like what's going on?
At the very least,
Tua?
At the very least, you're like, what the fuck is this? You're like,
exactly. You know what I mean? It's like a wow effect.
Yeah.
But yeah, so bro, we got M80X here. You know what I'm saying? Ads popped up right there. You guys know how we rock on Lunchbox. Look, we up out of here, M80. Peace.
And then I should also say, shout out, fucking go see Luna and Sage's shit too, my boys. And Lucky shit, obviously everybody, but I have projects coming out with all them too. So my closest collaborators. So please check them out as well.
Peace.